Day 7. Celebrate the new you.
Have you ever felt like your real life is just around the corner? That you're waiting for some big day, a promotion, a wedding, a certain number in your bank account, and then you'll finally allow yourself to be happy, to be proud. I had an old acquaintance, Vijay.
Let me tell you about Vijay. He's a marketing professional, around 38 years old, an old acquaintance of mine. We first met during a team outing some years back. And at that time, Vijay, he always seemed to be searching for something. You know that look? As if he was constantly waiting for some grand achievement to finally arrive. His most common line, I remember it clearly, was, "How can I be proud of myself until I achieve something big?" Then, I met him last year, and something was different in him. There was a lightness in him, a glow on his face that wasn't there before. I had to ask, "Brother, what magic have you done?" He laughed, a full, easy laugh. "No magic, I just learned to celebrate the small moments. You see, earlier I used to think that only the big victories were worth celebrating. Now I understand that if you don't see the small victories, you will never truly feel the big ones." He told me how he starts his day. Every morning, when he wakes up, he writes in a journal just 3 things he's thankful for. And every week, he celebrates small improvements. He said, "Like last week, I managed to walk for 3 days, so on Friday I gave myself a treat, a good cup of coffee from that special place." He looked at me and his eyes were so clear when he said this. Now I understand that happiness is not a future event, it is a daily habit. Vijay's words, they touched me deeply. Because aren't there so many of us who wait for that big day to arrive? We spend our whole lives waiting. And in that waiting, we let the small happiness of today just slip through our fingers. Perhaps these questions come to your mind as well. Should I really celebrate my small victories, or is it a useless thing to do? What am I really working for? My own happiness or for the validation of others? Can I truly change my life just by practicing gratitude?
Why does real happiness always seem to be somewhere in the future? And is it possible that happiness is a habit, something that can be designed? You see, celebrating is important. It is not just a frivolous act. When we celebrate, our brain releases dopamine, that little chemical of motivation. It tells your mind, "This felt good. Let's do it again." And practicing gratitude, it shifts our focus. It moves our attention away from the problems and directs it towards the solutions, towards what is already good. And think about it. If you don't celebrate yourself, why would the world do? So, how do we begin? Let's walk through some healing steps. These are simple, and each one is backed by solid research. The first step, a gratitude journal. Every morning, just write down 3 things you are thankful for. It can be anything. Truly, Mom made my favorite dish yesterday. Or, the sun was so lovely today. Now, why does such a simple thing work? Well, research, including a landmark study from the University of California, Davis, has shown that people who kept a gratitude journal for just 10 weeks saw a significant improvement in their mental well-being. Some reports suggest by as much as 25%. It's because the act itself physically shifts your brain's focus from negativity to positivity. Step 2 is micro celebrations. Each week, reward yourself for a small achievement. For example, I managed to meditate 5 days this week, so on Sunday, I enjoyed a movie night, guilt-free. This works because small rewards are fundamental to habit formation. A researcher from Stanford University, B.J. Fogg, in his work on tiny habits, explains that these little celebrations create a positive feeling that wires the new behavior into your brain. Step 3 is to share your joy. Send a message to a friend, or tell a family member, something simple.
"Today I completed this small task, and it feels good."
When you share happiness, you not only amplify your own joy, but you might just inspire others as well. Step 4, a 5-minute evening reflection. At the end of your day, just sit quietly for 5 minutes and ask yourself, what was the best moment of today? It doesn't have to be monumental. And then remember it. Feel it from your heart. Research has shown that this kind of positive reflection can improve the quality of your sleep and reduce your overall stress levels. It's like a quiet closing ceremony for your day. And finally, step 5. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Measure your progress not by some impossible standard, but by this simple question. Did I do 1% better today than yesterday? You must stop trying to be perfect. Perfection is a myth that steals your joy. Instead, learn to enjoy the journey itself. Let's try a very small exercise right now. It will only take a moment. Wherever you are, just think, and maybe later write down 3 good things that happened to you today, no matter how small. Now, say this to yourself, maybe just in your mind. Say, I celebrate my effort today. And think of one small reward, a simple, kind thing that you will give yourself today. When you have a quiet moment later, perhaps you can reflect on these prompts. What am I most thankful for today? What were the small victories I had last week that I forgot to celebrate? And who are 3 people in my life for whom I feel truly grateful? Please remember this. Celebrating is not a luxury, it is a necessity for a healthy mind. Gratitude and small rewards, they have the power to reset your brain. Your new you is not some future version of yourself that you have to wait for. The new you is the one who knows how to celebrate your own progress starting today.
In the day 7 we learned, celebrating is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Gratitude and small rewards reset the brain. Remember, your new you is the one who knows how to celebrate your own progress. Now when we have walked through the 7 days journey to search ourselves, and finally we have found our true self, it's the time to celebrate. So celebrate your new self. And please stay connected for more of such inspiring contents and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed.